Hi there. Today we are going to be teaching a piano lesson. Today we are going to be playing from Bastian's New Traditions All-in-One Piano Course. This is an awesome book because it teaches lessons, theory, technique, and performance. And so today we're going to walk through it as if we are in a lesson. This book is great for elementary students. This could be great for early elementary students and later elementary students. There's a lot of fun visuals within the book, and these visuals kind of go along with the content of the songs and the music foundations that you're teaching, which is really great. It makes an easy way to create a symbolic connection between principles and the music and the way that they're executing, playing the piece. Today, though, we are going to be playing Market Treasures on page 31. A key concept that this piece teaches is accidentals. So in this piece, we have a D flat. This is in harmonic minor, but of course the students don't know that, so they're just going to see this as a flat. Something that would be super fun to teach students to help them understand sharps and flats is to have them observe a pencil. And when a pencil is sharp, it is typically pointy versus if it's like dull. Let's say it's like dull or flat, it's more of like rounded, so it's not as high. So something that I could ask the students for a discovery-based question would be, if something were to sound sharp, it was a little bit taller, do you think it would go up the note or below the note? And then see what their response is with that. And then you could have them try playing with a pencil, filling it, seeing how it feels, and then teaching them, okay, when it's sharp, it's a half step above the note that's written, and when it's flat, it's gonna be the opposite. It's gonna be going down. So that is one way that I would teach that with discovery-based learning. One way that I would be able to capture the students' interest with this song is by asking them how familiar they are with the movie Aladdin. I feel like most children love Disney movies and they're familiar with the Arabian type of sound. They're very familiar with the way that our harmonic minor scale sounds if they've watched that movie a lot. And if you look closely, there are little characters in Middle Eastern attire, and so I could ask them to connect this to Aladdin as if they're playing it in that way. And we could even pull out an Aladdin song and listen to it for a little bit with them. Something else that we could do is practice improvisation in the piece. And one way that I could do that is by playing the teacher accompaniment on the bottom line and then allowing the student to play any notes in between C and G, but to make the D flatted, and then just have fun with the way that that sounds, because for the most part, this will stay in the same chord. And so that improv shouldn't be too difficult for them. Something else I would have to point out is that whenever there is one accidental in the measure, any other note that is that same note is going to keep that accidental. And so one way that I could check their understanding of this would be pointing to random notes in the piece and having them play just that one individual note I'm playing to and go all around, and then I'd point to this one note that doesn't have an accidental written but it is implied, and then check their understanding that way. I would know if the student got it if in their improvisation they are hitting that D flat. If they're hitting like a C and an F and a D flat, that tells me that they know that there's a distinction between the C and the regular D and D flat there. Another way that I would know that they've got it is by looking at the way that they're looking at the book and the keyboard as they're playing. If they're not really looking at the keyboard and they're still continuing to play a D natural, that would mean that they haven't got it and they might need some extra time on that. But thank you for watching this video lesson demonstration.